Amazon workers in Bessemer, Alabama have took the initiative and taken the stand and say that they will no longer tolerate the inhumane conditions which they face at the hands of Jeff Bezos and his crew of exploiting workers, exploiting the very people who make business millions of dollars each and every day. So we say, workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Stand and fight! Stand and fight! It's your human right! From Bessemer, Alabama! Bessemer, Alabama! To Harlem, New York! Harlem, New York! Stand and fight! Stand and fight! For your union right! Union right! It's your human right! It's your human right! Workers unite! Workers unite! Oh, workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Oh, workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Workers unite! Oh, 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 we fired up! Can't take it no more! 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 Make some noise!
Larry Holmes, Silvera, please come through the pickup truck. We're about to kick this off. I need union leadership. Union leadership. We're about to send a resounding message. Hundreds of miles away to Bessemer, Alabama. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, Harlem. Let's go, Harlem. Let's go, Harlem. This is a working class struggle. This is a working class struggle. Let's go, Harlem. Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the New York chapter of the Coalition of Black Trade Unions, and TCOEW Local 100, better known as the men and women that move New York, Teamsters Local 808, Silvera, Teamsters Local 813, Teamsters Local 224, the December 12th movement, 804, Teamsters Local 804, Local 79 laborers. But the couple of first names I wanted you to know, that's who's sponsoring and bringing you this here rally on today to support Bessemer Amazon workers in Alabama. Brothers and sisters, my name is Charles Jenkins. I am the president of the New York Coalition of Black Trade Unions, representing 1.2 million workers. And so our message is clear. We stand in solidarity with the workers in Bessemer, Alabama that's trying to unionize. We understand that the gateway to middle class is having a union job. Don't just tell us you bringing jobs to our community and give us less than a living wage. We demand Amazon, a multi-trillion dollars over company, not just to share in their profits, but we demand better working conditions. Brothers and sisters, we cannot settle just to have a job. What good is it if your job is attached to slave wages? What good is it? I say, in the civil rights movement, we brought not only unionize and the right to have a job with a living wage. But dignity and respect in the workplace once we get those jobs. And you know what that means? You know what that means in this here month of March? That means the women in these here companies, we want to make sure they have equal pay. Huh? That's right. That's what unions bring. Equal pay for equal work. And so we here in the heart of Harlem. And here's the connection. You need to leave and understand this connection. When most of us migrated from the South, we landed in the village of Harlem. That's the connection. That's why we're here. We could have been at another Whole Foods, but we need to make the connection that there was blood from Alabama to Harlem. So it's within that spirit that you're here today. What we do today can send a resounding message to the CEOs of Amazon. We don't just want a job. We want a job that contains all the benefits that a union is wrapped in. Huh? That means health care, good health care. That means a pension plan that I enjoy. That means when I go to the workplace, that I'm treated with dignity and respect. That I don't have to work 10 hours a day on my feet, moving like I'm some kind of machine. That's not what we're doing. Brothers and sisters, we gotta demand. And that's why labor is out here. That's why labor is strong. Because it's not about just us. We go under the model. Our injury to one. Brothers, I say our injury to one. Injury to all. Come on.
Injury to one is an injury to all.
So this is our struggle. Because when they win, we win. Come on. I said when they win, we win. Let's be clear. Amazon is buying up factories all in the 5 boroughs of our city. All over. Amazon tends to bring their union busting practices here and say to us, well, we offered you a job, didn't we? We cannot accept the crumbs from the table when they making multi-trillion dollars off the backs of who? Off the backs of us. Brothers and sisters, I live in Queens. About 3 times a day, an Amazon truck comes down my block. They jump off the truck. They run, they drop the package off, and then they run back to the truck, and they zoom it down the block, and they run it back and forth. That's no way to work. We are not machines. Oh, we need respect. And with respect comes a unionized job. Why you think they're fighting us so hard? Why you think they're fighting us so hard? Because they want to treat us like machines. And let me tell you that, if you do that, we know what that's like. We know what that's like. We talk about it, it's slave wages. It's a slave mentality. That's what we fought about in the civil rights movement. We're not going back, brothers and sisters. This is a class struggle. This ain't a black or white struggle. This is a class struggle. Where's our class? Where's our class? Where's our class? It's the working class. We are the working class. This is why this is important. This is why this is our struggle. This is why we need you here. Because this is our struggle in the next generation that comes behind us. It's gonna be yours. It's gonna be my grandson, a granddaughter. What are they gonna say? Did you fight for us? Did you make it better for us? They gonna ask us, Grandpa, what did you do? I wanna say, I was out in the street, not because I have a pension that's defined and I can retire at any time. I wanna say that I wanna make it better, not for just me, but for the next generation. Let me bring on another leader in this struggle. Help organize this. This brother's from Teamsters. He's the Secretary of Treasury. He's been on the ground with me in so many struggles for over 20 years. Brother Chris Silvera, he joins me. He's right here. Power to the people. I don't know how to say anything after Charles, but Charles hit on some points. This is a class struggle. They don't care whether you're black, they don't care whether you're white, whether you're a Catholic, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian or anything else. They want you at poverty wages. They want to live the life of billionaires while you're eating crumbs. They have been on a move, and the importance of this Bessemer struggle is to ensure that labor gets the momentum that it needs to start to energize the working class and start to organize the working class, because every worker has a right to a pension plan. Not a 401k, don't be confused. They have a right to a pension plan. They have a right to lifetime medical coverage that when they retire, they still covered. These young kids today are going to come out here owing money for going to college with nothing. They could talk about Whole Foods. All they do is suck up your money, but you still can't get a decent paycheck. Jeff Bezos, I'm not talking about Amazon no more. Jeff Bezos, out of his own pocket, could give you lifetime medical coverage, could give you a pension, could give you $30 an hour or better wages, and still be a multi-billionaire. Something is wrong. Something is wrong in this system. And I ain't talking about no damn Democrat, and I ain't talking about no Republicans. The Republican is letting us, they're just walking down with the pie, giving it to the boss, with a vacuum cleaner sucking up the crumbs that fall off the pie. The Democrat is taking another pie to the boss. The only thing he's doing too lazy to get the crumbs and bring that to the boss. We need a workers' party. We need a party that belongs to the working class, answers to the working class, is funded by the working class. Damn the bank, damn corporate America. We need to tax them. We need to march on Washington in a dignified manner. We're not going down there fighting with nobody, because we believe in the ballot over the bullet. So we have to utilize all our power, all of our energies, all of our resources as organized labor. And I want to just shout out, if you don't mind, I know you did it already, but I would be remiss. D12, where's D12? They're in the house. The Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, they're in the house. The laborers are in the house. The communication workers are in the house.
Yes.
Teamsters Local 804, Local 808.
Lafla's in the house. Lafla's in the house, dude.
Lafla's in the house. I saw 210, but I don't know you're hiding from me.
Construction workers.
730, it's 731 here.
100 black construction workers.
100 black construction workers. I didn't know they had that many. No, I'm just joking. But listen to what I'm saying to you. This strike, or this fight against Amazon, is not just in Bessemer, Alabama. It's actually taking place in France as we speak. It's taking place in Germany as we speak. Because this company's program is cheap labor. This company's program is poverty wages. This company's program is not the upliftment of the working class, it is its destruction.
Are you going to stand for that? No! Are you going to fight against that? Yeah! We have to punish Amazon at every step of the way because working conditions are important. Stop using Amazon Prime. You do not need them sneakers tomorrow. You can wait till Tuesday because this is creating a condition inside of the warehouse that's forcing people to run when they could walk. We are also a part of this problem because we are falling into the trap of the boss, of the working class. I want to thank all of you for coming here because I know you could have done something else and you took the time to be here. Power to you, power to the people, power to the workers in the Amazon. On and on, we're going on to victory. Stand up, fight back.
Yeah, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. We got to keep on with the leadership. I tell you, we have the president from the district council. This brother, I worked side by side. He's been in the labor movement for many years, committed to the struggle. He is also the president of a song. I tell you, he's busy, but he understands the importance of this movement. He understands the voice of the people. And let me say, he represents the Asian communities. By the way, we need to be speaking up loud and proud. We have to push back on the attacks on the Asian community with all of our force and might. It is absolutely insane, and we won't tolerate our community being victimized. But I'm here to stand with a man that not only represents the District Council 37 in the capacity of the treasurer. He is also the president of 1407. He also is the president of a SAW. That's what you have when you have real leadership. They keep on taking on hats. They keep on committing to themselves because it's one struggle. Let me bring you Marv Uddin.
Hello everybody. Harlem is in the house. Labor is in the house. Union is in the house. Progressive organizations are in the house. You have heard about me. I am one of you. I am with you. My fight is same as your fight. We have seen how they killed, attacked, and undermined the black community, brown community in this country. Now they started attacking and killing the Asians. What they don't know that in this country, during this COVID pandemic, 60% of all medical personnel are Asians.
That's right.
50% of all university instructors are Asians. 35% of all NASA's scientists are Asians. 32% of all computer programmer in America is Asians. Nothing moves in this country without Asians. So please know and fight back this hate crime that is happening all across America. But today we are here for our workers' rights to organize, and to organize. From New York to California, from Florida to the state of Washington, and in between every state, every city, every county, every locality. We want unionized. Without union, our progress is not there. As you can see, only 7 to 8% American labor are organized today. We need 50% workers to be organized. Only then the middle class of America will rule this country again. With that note, I want to let you know my union with 150,000 members and 61 unions are with you. My organization, which is ASAL, the Alliance of South Asian American Labor, with 15 chapters in 8 states, are with you. Let us fight together. Without being together, they will put us apart and they will win. We cannot, we will not, we must not let them win. Let us win. Let Alabama workers, Amazon workers win everywhere in this country. Be there, always count on me. I will be there with you. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Mark. Thank you, Brother Mark. Let me present to you, to introduce our next speaker, Brother Barrie Smith. He's the president of 100 Black Men in Construction. Barrie also serves as a sergeant of arms for the Coalition of Black Trade Unions New York chapter. Barrie.
Number 79, you in the house? 79 in the house. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? My name is Barrie Smith. I'm the president of 100 Black Construction Workers, and I'm also the business agent for Local 79. Proud to be. Glad to see so many unionist people out here. Good to see you. Our next guest, and which I would like to introduce, is a very strong person. I'm also re-entry, and I'm saying this for a reason, because I'm looking at the generations to come.
That's it.
And things that have happened to me, I don't want to happen to them.
Thank you.
It's a person I've been sitting down with. She's running for district attorney in Manhattan, and she's looking to reform the justice system for people of color, because it doesn't stop us while we are young to be hindered from getting good jobs.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
This woman is somebody I want us to listen to, and when the time is right, you need to go out and do the right thing, because it's people's power. It's people's power. When I say people, you say power. People. Power. People. Power. We run this. This next guest I want to introduce, her name is Florence. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, and I'll be very quick because this day belongs to union and it belongs to the workers who've been exploited by Amazon. You know, I spent my entire career, more than 2 decades, fighting against unsafe work conditions and wage theft in the construction industry and in workplaces. And you know what? What Amazon did by covering up the rage of COVID was nothing short of criminal. And we need to stop pushing these things aside, looking at them as stuff to be dealt with in boardrooms with guys in suits, and it needs to be brought to the people, to criminal juries to make their judgment, because that's what we are at this critical juncture. No longer can we listen and just wait for the next time. When we hurt workers, we hurt everyone. Black lives matter, workers' lives matter, and I am here to protect all of you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to keep this here going. Another powerful leader out of District Council 37, but he is also the president of the New York chapter of LCLAA. This brother here has worked side by side with me in the struggle. We went down to Washington fighting for workers in the struggle. We up in Albany fighting for workers in the struggle. When I asked this brother, what can we do more to make sure the black and brown community is reflected and shows power all around this country? He's there. We are committed. We're committed to our community. And this brother here has said so many times to me, brother, I got your back. And that means a lot, because we're leading the movement. We're not waiting for others. And with the power of LCLAA and the Coalition of Black Trade Unions and all our other constituency groups, we are going to bring change to the working class. And so I'm so glad to have you today, brother. by my side once again, bringing power to the working class. That's all of us. Eddie Rosario, president of LCLAA.
God bless my brother Charles, man. I love him. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He is my brother. When Charles touches base with me on anything, I say where we gotta be, what do we need to do. Can you hear me now? Yes, LCLAA in the house. All right. My name is Eduardo Rosario, and I'm the New York City chapter president of the Labor Council for Latin American Advancement. LCLAA represents 2 million workers throughout the U.S. and Puerto Rico. And we are here with CBTU and the whole labor movement in solidarity with the 6,000 workers at Bessemer, Alabama, fighting for the right to organize, to collective bargain for respect and justice. Because just as today is the first day of spring, and spring means new beginnings, new life. And that's what this organizing campaign does. They may not know me. They may not know all of you. And we may not know all of them. But one thing we do know, just as today is a new beginning, it's a new beginning for them to organize and for respect and justice in the workplace. But they do it not just for themselves, they do it for us. Because when they lift their banner up, they're lifting all of our banners up. When they lift their fist up, we're all represented, all of the labor movement, all our fists are raised up. When they say we have a right to collectively bargain, they're saying we all have the right to collectively bargain. And just as the Protecting the Right to Organize Act, also known as the PRO Act, has passed in the House and still needs to pass the Senate and would go a long way. But remember, it's just a piece of legislation. That the only way we will see realized true democracy in the workplace and in our communities is when we, like we are here, all of you beautiful people, come together and organize and let your voices be heard and your fists and your faces and your voices be known and resounding throughout all of this country and all of this globe. Because we cannot, though legislation is very important, but the struggle that's only a piece of the struggle. Because we must learn a lesson from the 1964 Civil Rights Act. This is 2021, and the Civil Rights Act still has not been completely realized. Still is not a reality. So that's why we organize. And one thing for sure, just as these campaigns and these rallies today and this whole month are happening across the globe, and that's a reason, there's a big reason for that. Because just as global capital does not let the borders inhibit them from doing their business across borders, neither shall borders prevent workers from organizing across borders. Let today be that our voices are heard throughout the globe, the voice of global unionism. And let me tell you, Amazon, who also owns Whole Foods, and that's why this place has been picked, okay, Whole Foods Unite. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because that response, that global response, is what they and the politicians in their service fear the most.
but that is precisely the response we must have and forth forward today and for every day forward. Long live this struggle. Victory to the Alabama Amazon workers, because their fight is our fight, and we must never let them forget that they are not alone. They are not alone. They are not alone.
They are not alone. They are not alone. They are not alone. They are not alone.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brother Eddie from Rockland. They are not alone. An organizer that helped put this event together, that brother Larry Holmes. Give it up. That brother Larry Holmes. Just mentioning the name. That brother Larry Holmes. He's been, I tell you, he's been in this struggle. He's been in this struggle for years. And just like so many others, committed to fighting for the working class. The working class. He comes here representing Workers' Assembly against racism. And he's been fighting, and he's been fighting. I'm so glad to be in the trenches with this brother because he continues to fight. Brother Larry Holmes.
I'm not going to say too much, comrades and friends. One of my comrades, Clarrisa, is going to talk for the Workers' Assembly against racism. We got Chris Smalls here. He'll be speaking too. He was fired by Amazon a year ago for organizing a walkout over those unhealthy conditions in the face of COVID-19. Is Mahoma from the Laundry Workers Center here? We want to hear from them too. Let me just say this to you, comrades. What's happening in Alabama is just the beginning. It's the beginning of a revolution of worker organizing. It's going to be even more tumultuous, militant, and scary to capitalism than what we saw in the 1930s. A lot of us believe that. And you're part of it. And I want to talk to you militants out there, you socialists, you rank and file militants, wanting to kick ass, asking, is it now? Is this the time? This is the time. This is the time. Because what we can do coming out of Bamasaw, what we can do if we're serious, if we're bullshitting, we can't do it. But what we can do if we're serious, we can help transform the labor movement, make it more revolutionary, more anti-capitalist, make it exclusive, not inclusive. We can change it in ways that it has to change. But it's going to be up to you, not a challenge. It's on your shoulder. Power to all the Amazon workers and Whole Food workers who are rising up. Power to the workers. Black workers matter.
Yeah, thank you so much for those powerful words, Larry.
Carpenters in the house.
We have carpenters in the house. We got some carpenters in the house. Thank you so much, brother. Labor is in the house. Boy, it feels like a reunion. In 2004, we put on a show, Workers' Day. We called it the Million Workers March. And we marched on Washington, D.C., workers speaking in their own name.
Against the power struggle.
And we have some of those that was responsible putting that struggle together. I seen Brenda Stokely, former president of 1707. She's in the house, long-time activist, long-time fighter, in this struggle, committed and still here. Thank you so much for being here, Brenda. Power to the people. Chris Silvera, another part of that struggle, as well as Larry Holmes and so many others. So, Without further ado, we're gonna bring on the laborers. The laborers are here. Local 79. We have their political director. He walks around with a hard hat because he wants to be clear that when they didn't let people of color in this here construction field, we're there now.
That's right.
And we're opening up the door for more.
That's right.
And that's the importance about this struggle. We're going to continue to fight for equity and to that arc of justice. Bench for fairness and equality for all of us, for all of workers in every single industry. You don't have a right to shut us out.
That's right.
You don't have a right to say it's not a woman's place.
That's right.
We're fighting you back. We're bringing worker power to every shop floor in this country. So give it up for our political director of the laborers.
For the 100 black construction workers, brothers and sisters, Islam in the house. I can't hear you, Islam in the house. I can't hear you, Islam in the house. Islam in the house. All right, good afternoon. My name is Anthony Williamson, and I'm an organizer with Local 79, and I'm also the political director of 100 Black Construction Workers. Now today, we're part of history because we are standing here to support one of the greatest things that will happen in America. One of the things that you're going to hear from New York to Alabama and across the United States of America and across the world. We're standing here in front of Whole Foods, but we're really standing in front of corporate greed. We're standing in front of corporate greed. This is not a fight for the small man. This is the fight of the giant. This is the fight for David versus Goliath. But let me tell you something. When we stand united, no one can ever defeat us. The labor movement now, this is the most critical time of the labor movement. In the 1960s, great leaders came out and said great things. And we have got to follow their footsteps. The great Dr. Martin Luther King said an injury to one is an injury to all.
That's right, brother.
Every one of us here
That's right.
are responsible for what happened to our future. But as important as that, the great American president, he said, never ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. When John Fitzgerald Kennedy spoke to the world in America, he was asking us to do what is happening today. Ask us. Don't worry about yourself. Don't ask what your union can do for you. What more can you do to make your union better? You're standing here today because you're telling the world, I'm not asking you for something, I'm telling you I earn it. We're standing here because we know what's right for us. Today is international, as we recognize International Women's Month. And I look around here. You can write these speeches from your heart.
Right.
Every woman here is a worker. Every woman here deserves the right to be in a union. Every worker in America needs respect and dignity. And to the people in Alabama, the victory for the people and the workers in Alabama is a victory for all the working class of America. I want to say thank you. God bless all of you. The fight has just begun. Are you ready? Are you ready? Raise those fists. Are you ready?
Raise those fists.
Are you ready? All right. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We just got some powerful messages here. Brothers and sisters, as you know, this has been a huge turnout by labor. This city don't move without us. We got to use our power. It's of those that come before us. Whether it's a mayor, whether it's a city council person, whether it's a borough president, whether it's a district attorney, they need to understand the pain in our community. So let me bring before you Lucy Lane. She is running for district attorney of Manhattan. Harlem happens to be the epicenter of Manhattan. Right here. This is where we make it happen, right here. So we want to have her say a couple of words, letting her know she's talking to union members.
Thank you. I'm Lucy Lang, and I am so proud to stand with you today. I'm proud to stand with you because when I saw the racism and the misogyny of the suppression of those workers in Bessemer, I thought of my own great-grandfather who came to this country fleeing persecution as a socialist from Hungary, and he found solace and community as a machinist at the Brooklyn labor yards. He found community and built a life for our family because of the union. Unions are American. Unions are the core of New York City. Through this pandemic, you all ran the city. You are the lifeblood that allows this city to continue running. And I'm proud to stand with you, and as district attorney, I'm committed to working with all of you to make sure that workers' rights are at the top of the agenda, and that in the face of the heartbreaking increase in violent crime in the subways, that we go to the people who are closest to the problem, to the workers who risk themselves every day, who witness crimes, who are victims of crimes, and talk about how we can work together to solve these problems in community with unions. And we say to Bessemer, to the workers of Bessemer and of America, as New Yorkers, they are not alone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we have Clarrisa, also from the Workers' Assembly Against Racism. Clarrisa.
Thank you all so much. All right, guys. When I say worker, you say power. Worker. Power. Worker. Power. When I say union, you say power. Union. Power. Union. Power. Thanks. Oh, my name's Clarrisa, and I'm from the Workers' Assembly Against Racism. WAAR. Everyone should know that we owe most major progress we've made in this country to black revolutionaries. And this continues to be true today, as we can see in Bessemer, Alabama, in one of the largest Amazon warehouses in the U.S., which is primarily staffed by black women workers. The United States went ahead and declared March to be Women's History Month back in 1987, and here we see women making history! Yeah, right? This union is making history! Amazon's monolith is what happens under unchecked capitalism. Capitalism and Amazon want us to believe that $15 an hour is a fair wage to be on your feet for 10 hours straight, to be at risk of termination if you need to use the bathroom, to work in an unclean facility during a global pandemic. You go home after 10 to 11 hours and every part of you aches. For $15 an hour! I can tell you right now that yeah, $15 an hour is too low, but I can't imagine a wage high enough to justify the abuse warehouse workers face. This abuse happens in warehouses and distribution centers all over the country. And this happens because capitalism sees us as the capital. And this mode of oppression is happy to sacrifice people for the sake of upholding itself. These women workers in Bessemer, Alabama are fighting against the capitalist ransom of their happiness and health, and paving the way for other warehouse workers to fight back against this injustice, because we all deserve to be happy and healthy. Amazon would rather pay a union-busting law firm $10,000 a day than pay workers what they deserve. Isn't it sick? They have the money, they're just choosing it to spend on themselves and their bourgeoisie interests. Humans, we are not capital. We're not. We are worth so much more than our labor contributions. But as workers, we have power. Under this sick capitalist system, we can use our labor to make demands. We can take note of the work the women in Bessemer are doing. You don't spend $10,000 a day unless you're terrified. And trust me, Bezos, CEOs, the gatekeepers of wealth and security should be terrified because this labor movement is so powerful and this is only the beginning. Yeah. When I say worker, you say power. Worker, power. Worker, power. When I say union, you say power. Union, power. Union, power. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Clarrisa, thank you. Well, this is Women's History Month, and we're gonna keep our women coming. Next, coming to the mic, we have Esther Curry from Teamsters 804. We got women power. Teamsters. This is a Teamster. When most people think about Teamsters, you think about the big burly men. But here we have our women. We're committed to making sure we have women in leadership. And she is a sharp steward, bringing solidarity message. Esther.
Hello, guys. I'm so happy to be at this rally. You know, it is not good that you don't have a union to protect you. A union is there for protection. Better working conditions, better pay, better health care for your family and for your family's future. Because the kids are the future. Once we retire, the kids are the next generation. You have to teach your kids from the dinner table what it is to be a union fighter and a union worker. Let me tell you something. I will be a union worker for the rest of my days. I am a young person coming up, and I'm so grateful that people are out there to help me be a very good worker, a union worker that is out here trying to get the young people so they can understand that what a union is all about. A union is here to protect you. Do not let management undermine the union. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got your grievances. You got your shop stewards that is out here fighting to make sure you get a better working conditions. And let me tell you something. If you're local, it is not doing the right thing. That's why we got the labor board. We will fight for the rights of ourselves, our family, and for the future of the people that is not here and that is not born. Union will be for life. Let me tell you, union busting is disgusting. Let me tell you, union busting is disgusting. And let me tell you something, Amazon. Let's get this straight. Don't tell me you step aside from being the CEO, Bezos. You and your team gotta understand that the union will always be here. I'm standing with those guys down south in Alabama, and we are here in solidarity to make sure that you get unionized. We're here in New York, but my heart is all the way down there down south. I am one of the women shop stewards at Local 804. Teamsters Local 804. And I'm here saying, my heart is with every one of you that is struggling. And let me tell you something. The union is your family. They're your family. They're there when you need a shoulder to cry on. They are there in support of you. If you don't know that, talk to someone that's in the union. Not not management. Management is not your friend. They don't care about you. But the union is family. They will always be your family for the rest of your days. Teach the young people because they are our future. Thank you so much for having me. Union Boston! Thank you.
Thank you, sister, thank you. My next person has been a laborer way before I even came along. And even in the struggle and the movement, and I turn around, I look over my shoulder, I always see her. And I'm proud to introduce her and see someone that deals with our generations to come as laborers. She's a teacher, she's a mentor, she's a nurturer. This person I'm introducing, I'm proud to introduce. She's a strong entity of Local 79. She's a strong woman. She's out there for us. She's there 5:30 in the morning to 12 o'clock at night. Christine Culpepper, my sister in the struggle and in the movement. Let's give a loud round of applause for her.
When I say women, you say strong. Women.
Strong.
Women. Strong. When I say union, you say now. Union.
Now.
Union.
Now.
So thank you for having me today. I'm proud to be here with my union comrades, brothers and sisters from the building trades.
Right.
I want you to turn around and look at some of my sisters. These are women, these are pioneers in this industry. 99% of the women that you see in this industry, in the construction industry, are unionized women. Where women don't have union, they make 40% less in wages. They don't have medical, they don't have pensions, and they don't have annuities. Something that we have. We are here as shop stewards, like my sister from the Teamsters, right? We are here running work, teaching construction skills and safety. We are leading our unions. We are organizing workers everywhere we go. I want to say, Amazon, listen up, Jeff Bezos, we're coming for you. I want you to know, New York City doesn't back down from a fucking fight ever. So I want to say, labor is superior to capital. Nothing is possible without labor. And when workers and women unite, change comes. So thank you. Stay together. Alabama Amazon, you are not alone. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? When I say black lives, you say matter. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Solidarity.
Thank you so much for bringing those strong words.
Yes.
We want to make it clear that workers, you and I, want a progressive agenda that addresses workers all around this city. So he's been a state senator for us, but you want to move on. And it's through the will of the people. But he came by and said he wanted to show his solidarity for the struggle of the Amazon workers in Bethel, Alabama. I respect that. But we don't stop there. We don't stop there. We intend to hold you accountable. So we thank you for stopping by. But we expect so much more for the working class. That's all of us. Senator.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you. I really appreciate that because it is more than just about stopping by for us who are running for office. My name is State Senator Brad Hoylman. You know, I want to thank, first of all the locals that are here. Can we give them a round of applause? The turnout, the intensity, the interest, and everybody here. We have a battle that's going to be decided in 9 days, friends. 9 days. In 9 days, we're going to learn. We're going to learn whether a company that made $10 million more in 2020 than they did in 2019 is going to have organized labor in its forces. There cannot be a more important question. When you have companies like Whole Foods, like Amazon, when you have the delivery workers, when you have the service workers, when you have the food workers, when they are unrepresented by labor, they fall short, and that's on us. That's on us. Let me just say, the only answer to organized greed is organized labor. Am I right about that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And I want to thank Ms. Stokely for mentioning the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. Thank you, ma'am, because it was 110 years ago, next week, the same week that we're taking this important vote in Bessemer, that dozens of immigrant women fell to their death as high as that building. As high as that building, they fell to their death because management locked them out. Because they were denied the opportunity to organize. Because they were forced laborers without union representation. And we can't let history repeat itself. Our fellow workers, our sisters and brothers, they're locked into a system in Amazon that prevents them from collective action. And collective bargaining is a fundamental right. So I say to Amazon and Whole Foods, if you want to be an American company, if you want to be a New York City company, well, you're in a union town and we demand collective bargaining. Am I right? So I stand in solidarity with you today. I stand in solidarity with the women from Bessemer, the black and brown women who are working hard, who are getting food on our tables, who are making it possible for this economy to move forward. They deserve their piece of the pie. They deserve collective bargaining. They deserve the right to organize. So thank you so much. We'll continue to fight. Thank you, TWU. Thank you to the Teamsters. Thank you to the laborers. This is what it's about. This is a community. And when we look at our small businesses, one half of them are not going to survive the pandemic. One half of our restaurants, one half of our shoe stores, one half of our bookstores, and our nail salons, and our shoe shops, they're not going to survive. But Amazon, let's remember, Amazon made record profits last year. So it is time, sisters and brothers, that we take back what is owed to the workers. A seat at the table, collective bargaining, the right to organize. Let's keep fighting. Thank you so much.
So much, thank you. We'll hold them accountable for it too, right, people?
No doubt.
This is what this struggle is about. We have a fired Amazon worker. Brothers and sisters, this is why we're here. Not only fighting for those workers in Bethel, Alabama, but right here. Right here. You know, Amazon has a factory right here in Staten Island. In Staten Island. And they're building a factory in Brooklyn. It's already built. And one in the Bronx. And one in Queens. So that every neighbor, Amazon will be there. But brothers and sisters, this is what this struggle is about. Brother Chris Smalls was fired a year ago from Amazon. This is what this struggle is about. When this brother stood up, they wanted him to stand down. And they did that by taking away his job. He's here with that next generation that I was talking about.
We support
these kids. This is what this struggle is about. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. What is it about multi-billion corporations like the Walmarts of the world and the Amazons of the world that simply don't get it? That when we work, it's not just for us, but it's for our children. It's for the next generation. What is it that they don't get? That's why this struggle is important. That's why we need a labor house. So we thank you so much. And so I want to bring Chris Smalls before you to share his words. And we'll continue to support you, brother, in your struggle for justice. For justice. We're here with you.
Comrades, Harlem, New York, workers, people. Power to the 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 people. Show me what community look like. Show me what democracy look like. Show me what community look like. Show me what democracy look like. If we don't get it, 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 one more time, we don't get it. Let the workers at home hear you. We don't get it. Power to the people. First off, I want to take a moment of silence for those who lost their lives for COVID-19. Over 20,000 workers of Amazon tested positive. Over 250 in Staten Island alone. Workers that I worked alongside with, their family members have died. Comrades, co-workers have died. We just lost another Amazon worker a few weeks ago. She was a COVID tester down in Virginia. Her name was Pushan Brown. When Amazon reached out to their family, they asked her when was she coming back to work, not knowing that this woman was dead. At 38 years old, black woman who left behind a 12-year-old daughter. This is how much this company is disconnected from their community. They didn't even know that their worker had died. Instead of raising money or paying for funeral expenses, they asked when is she coming back to work. When that family reached out to me, their GoFundMe had about $700. But with the help of Status Coop and other comrades, now that family has over $45,000. So this is what community look like. We take care of ourselves. And when Amazon fired me last year for raising health and safety concerns with some of my fellow co-workers that's here today from Staten Island, from Amazon, they right here in the crowd with y'all. That's right, they still here. A year later, 1 year ago, we started this. We traveled the country after they fired me. Jeff Bezos himself, the richest man in the world, the man that makes almost $4,000 a second. As we speak, he's making millions of dollars. $13 billion a day during the pandemic. Jeff Bezos decided to have a smear campaign on me after they fired me, calling me not smart or articulate, ironically, to make me the face of the whole unionizing efforts against Amazon. Ironically. But that motivated me to start an organization called the Congress of Essential Workers, TCOEW. And what we did, we traveled to every Jeff Bezos mansion that we can Google. We started right here in New York City at his $80 million mansion. We traveled down to Washington, D.C. at his $23 million mansion. We went out west to his $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills. We went to his first mansion in Medina, Seattle, and we hit up Amazon headquarters while we was at it. 3 weeks ago, we were just down there in Bessemer, Alabama with the workers. That's right. We showed support for the unionizing of Bessemer RWDSU. The workers down there in Alabama need this union. We drove 16 hours to express our solidarity, express the importance of this union drive. This is the most important union drive since the 1930s. After the Great Depression, there was an economic collapse. We saw uprising of unions. And what capitalism did to this country, diminished unions, and now we have less than 10% in the country nationwide. Meanwhile, other countries overseas are looking at us. Germany, Italy, France, they're all unionized. We're the laughing stock of the world right now. They see what the coronavirus is doing to the humanity, the working class people. They've seen how workers been retaliated, exploited. They've been watching us, wondering why we can't get the same protection rights as them. But I'm here to tell you today, March 20th, the first day of spring, the last day that workers in Alabama can get their ballots in. Today, we made history. Today, the working class people have a voice. Every day we should have a voice. And this, once again, is what democracy looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what a union looks like. This is what union power do. Everybody here is here for one reason only. One reason only. You already mentioned it. Our children. Our children. So once again, it's an honor to be here standing in solidarity. We have to show our support to the union in Alabama right now. The workers of Alabama, their vote is up on March 29th. Amazon workers, if you're listening, tuning in today, get your ballots in the mail today so they can be counted by March 29th. Do not wait till the last minute in mail. Do not wait. Get your ballots in, vote yes. Once again, we're going to see an uprising of unions all across the nation. And I'm going to start right there. Got another quick announcement. March 30th is when I was fired last year. And guess what? Guess where I'll be on March 30th this year? Right outside the Staten Island building, JFK. And I'm asking everybody here that shows solidarity today, I need you guys next week. Come meet me in front of JFK Staten Island at 11 a.m. Show them what democracy look like. Show them that we still out here fighting. Show them that the workers need this union to pass. And let's unionize that building in New York, since this is a union town, right? All the union reps out here today, I'm giving you the encouragement to talk to those Amazon workers in that building because they want a union. And I will support you. I will use every bit of platform that I have, like I've been doing, to support any union that can unionize that building. Please, I encourage every worker, every union rep, every shop stewardess, every union president, every local, every chapter that's here. If you want to unionize, start with me next week, March 30th, Staten Island, JFK. Let's meet me out there. I'm going to have Amazon workers. Let's connect. Let's get that building unionized. And let's get all of them unionized across the nation. Across the world. Jeff Bezos ain't stopping shit. And before I close it out, across the world. Repeat after me. Billionaires, they gotta go. Billionaires, they gotta go. Tax Jeff Bezos. Tax Jeff Bezos. Billionaires, they gotta go. Billionaires, they gotta go. Tax Jeff Bezos. Tax Jeff Bezos. If we don't get it, 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 shut it down. One more time, we don't get it, shut it down. Fist in the air. That's right, bro. That's right. That's right. Let me tell y'all this. Going back into, let's touch one more thing before I exit, right? Keep your fist in the air for me, please. For social injustice, 85% black people that work for Amazon in Bessemer right now. 85% black and brown, indigenous, immigrants, work for Amazon. And I want to tell y'all this. Who's the biggest gang in the world? The NYPD? No. Guess what? You see the power of the people right here? We the biggest gang in the world. When people come together, we the biggest gang in the world. And guess what? Power to the people. Power to the people. All power to the people. And solidarity forever, y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for having me.